Alright, folks. Looks like we're live. Things are looking reasonable right now. All right. Everything is fixed on my end. If you're joining me here today, really appreciate it. Hope you're having a great night or day or wherever you are right now, whether you're watching this from whether you're watching this live or on YouTube. I really appreciate the support, and I hope you enjoy the videos. But let's go ahead and talk about, the deck right in front of us here. This is a deck that I, have been working on for quite a while. And we're still tinkering with it, trying to figure out, well, what's the best way to build it? And I'm still not sure yet, but I'm trying out a few things, changing some few numbers, tweaking things here and there. So right now, the major change from the last iteration was making a 3-and-3 split for Treasure Map and Disinformation Campaign. So I cut the 4th Treasure Map, added back a 3rd Disinformation Campaign, and then I cut 1 Ritual of Soot and added 1 Golden Demise, because sometimes getting that 3-mana sweeper is just really important, so that, because sometimes turn 4 on the draw is just a little too slow. With that said, you have 2 extra copies of each sweeper in the sideboard if it's for the right matchup. And then I also wanted to max out on Thief of Sanity. I just think it's an insane magic card if it goes uncontested. And out of the sideboard, it seems like a pretty reasonable plan. So definitely kind of like this, transitional sideboard plan where we can either load up on a ton of spot removal, or we can add in a bunch of more really powerful threats that threaten the game on their own, like Nezahal, for example, or Thief of Sanity. They just shut down the mid-range and control decks. Now, that's if things go perfectly. They don't always do that, but with that said, that's going to be the general plan here, Have a lot of tools for both aggro, mid-range, and control, and just try to, hope our draws get us there, right? We have a lot of selection, we have surveil, we have a lot of ways to mitigate the variance and make sure we see the right half of our deck. And that's what I really like about, this variant of control in Standard. So what we're going to do is jump into... Oh, before I get started, I am looking into getting a better PC. So right now I am streaming from a Mac, and my second screen is a is an iPad. So I'm looking into getting a better streaming setup. This will also let me have a better computer that lets me stream from Arena. Now that's going to be relevant for Standard, not so much for the modern content that I make. But I am looking to make my Standard content be on Arena. So if you're into Arena, please, stick around. Don't leave the stream. It's going to be happening soon. I can't say when, but I'm in the process of building the PC with a friend of mine, so we'll see what happens and hope for the best. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into a competitive Standard League here. Alright, let's get this party started. Okay, well, on the draw, this hand is a little slow. We have a bit of selection, our mana is pretty good, and we have a Disinformation Campaign, so I'm definitely going to keep this, but against, mono white aggro, this hand could be a little sketchy. Well, turn 1 island is a pretty good sign, means this game might be grindy, and we can actually get to play our spells. Basic island could be, this could be blue-white control. Search for Escanta. That's a good card. We have some Field of Ruins in our deck, so it's not the end of the world. But here, I think I'm just going to cast Discovery. Look for some disruption. This is also a pretty good card advantage engine, so I'm going to keep that on top. The question is, do we jam Disinformation on 3? I'm not sure we do. We might want to run out Treasure Map first. Treasure Map does not play around Syncopate. Well, now that we have the second Disinformation Campaign, I think I just go and jam it. Oh wow, that just resolved. Sure. That's pretty good. So opponent discarded Cleansing Nova. That card's not the best against us, but we do have some creatures. Uh-oh. It's a Karn. Yeah, Karn, at least we have the Vraska's Contempt for it right away. But hopefully our opponent does not follow it up with a Teferi. Ooh, this is Turbo Fog, huh? So we'll give them the Fog, right? There's our own Karn. So I'm not too familiar with the Turbo Fog list. I don't remember how many counterspells they play. But I still think getting this Karn off the board is probably just the best course of action here. So just going to go ahead and do that and hope we don't get Teferi'd right now. Nexus of Fate, enter the revealed card zone. Oh, so I went to the graveyard and then... Alright, another Karn. I guess that's not the scariest, but... Let's see. Gift of Paradise. Probably just give him the land, I have to imagine. Maybe this turn I can play Doom Whisper. Kind of like that. This means they'll have to start fogging. And we can also bounce Disinformation Campaign, control their hand. This matchup gets a lot easier post-board with Thief of Sanity, but it also gets a lot easier post-board because we have more counterspells. You know, Thought Erasures go a long way in this matchup as well. Alright, opponent's going up with Karn, makes sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess they just give them the land, right? I don't know. So we know they have... Oh man, they got a Teferi too. Jeez. Well, at least we can bounce Teferi. Now if we wanted to, we could even aggressively surveil. So looking for like a Thought Erasure or something like that. There we go. That's exactly what I wanted. Alright, looks like they're going to do this right now, which I guess also makes sense. Yep, prevent all combat damage. There's the Thought Erasure, so I could hit like a Nexus that's in their hand already. I think I'm going to campaign first, right? Does it matter? Is it better to just play Dream Eater this turn? I don't know, I kind of want to shred my opponent's hand right now. They don't have many good things exiled. They have like a Charter Quartz which could find them stuff. Yeah, let's go ahead and just Disinformation Campaign. They discard a land. Alright, there's a Nexus of Fate, so we're going to take that. I mean, the second Teferi is obviously very annoying, but don't want to... attacking won't do anything, right? So they pause for reflection, prevents all combat damage, yeah, so... Just go ahead and keep ourselves untapped. Play around a card like Seal Away. Like, there's just no reason to attack, right? Yep, there's Teferi. Going up. And now I kind of want to find something like a... They have a forest. Play the forest, so there's 2 unknown cards in my opponent's hand. Uh-oh. They find a Nexus. Ah, that's rough. Yep. So I could have taken the time to bounce using the Dream Eater bounce. I could have done that, but I don't know. I just didn't think it was really getting us anywhere. But maybe that was just better. Force my opponent to recommit that mana. Now they even have more draw engine. They hit another Nexus here. Jeez. Yeah, so we have about 1 more turn here to find, I'll give him a land, to find Vraska's Contempt, assuming our opponent doesn't have another Time Warp effect right now. Give him Gift of Paradise. That's a lot of mana, but it's better than card selection right now. Sure. And I guess technically we have Dream Eater, right? So we can bounce this this Teferi even through a Root Snare. So the game's not over, that's for sure. But it's gonna be an uphill battle. Oh, did they just find it? Okay, well, when they just find the Nexus of Fate naturally, I mean, yeah. Let's go ahead and take it to the next game. But in this game, we have a lot of tools. We get to side out a lot of different stuff, and we get to bring in a lot of good stuff. So let's get our spot removal out of here. Ritual Soot, get that out of here. And here we can bring in Negate Disdainful Stroke, Triple Duress, Quad Thief of Sanity, and a Nezahal. Question is, what do we cut for all that stuff? Oh, get that Golden Demise out of here as well. Definitely want all of these. So we definitely want card advantage in this matchup. So I don't want to cut my card advantage engines, but I feel like that's where some of this might have to come out of. So definitely want these Thief of Sanities. They're just like better threats than maybe cut 1 Doom Whisper. Cut 1 Karn. Cut, 1 Discovery. I tend to cut Discovery a lot. If like I have just like 1 card that I don't know what I want to cut. Hey Hunter, how's it going, buddy? Thanks for joining us today. How are you doing? Yeah, this hand is really solid. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. I think I'm going to go turn 1 Guildgate. Then I'll go turn 2 Duress and turn 3 Thief of Sanity. I think that's going to be the best option for us here. Okay. Settle, Nexus of Fate, Teferi. I think the smart take here is probably Teferi, so that's what I'm going to do. Leaving them with the Settle is, a little sketchy, but now we have the second Thief of Sanity, which is just really good. Yeah, so this is the best way I feel to beat Turbo Fog, is just like slam these Thief of Sanities, go to wow, that's another Thief of Sanity. Alright, let's first attack, See what we get to take from our opponent. Teferi, don't mind if I do. Alright, so obviously in the face of Settle, you know, Thief of Sanity is not looking too great here, but we probably can just attack with one, you know. And if we hit a land, man, we're in a really good spot. Wow, we hit a land. Alright, so let's just attack with one Thief of Sanity. If my opponent wants to settle just one of them, I will take that trade. Sure. Let's get a swamp out of our deck here. Okay. We even got Nezahal next turn. That's pretty good. Let's see, did my opponent draw a Teferi here? Oh. Just a main phase Chemister's Insight. Sure thing, buddy. Sure thing. Turbo Fog. Whoa, don't give me a heart Turbo Fog. No, no, no. I'm doing pretty good, buddy. Thief of Sanity's insane in these kinds of matches. Yeah, absolutely. I love Thief of Sanity. It's one of my favorite reasons to be playing Standard right now. Let's go ahead and attack first. See what we hit off our opponent. So Search for Scanta is... I could take Chart a Course, but... because we already have a search in our hand, so maybe we just take Chart a Course. I think here I just play the Nezahal. It's going to make my opponent's life really sucky. If my opponent has like a Cleansing Nova, I'm also okay with that because I get to still keep this Teferi around. Carnage Tyrant, sure. Well, guess we're holding back Nezahal here to trade. Here I really want to hit a counterspell. I just don't know if Turbofog plays them. Oh, negate. I will take negate. As much as I like another Nezahal, I will take the negate. And here I can do a lot of things here. I think I can play another Thief of Sanity. I can play the Search for his Canta. I can Chart a Course. I can play the Water Grave tapped, and I get to untap. And now I still got negate up too, so I've been playing Jeskai in Standard and loving it. Yeah, Jeskai is also sweet. Hey, San Movidas, how's it going? How are you? I'm doing well. I'm doing well. How about you? How is your day / night / whatever going? Wherever you are in the world. Hope you're doing well. And we have the negate for the Nexus of Fate, which we know is in our opponent's hand, so. I wonder, could we discard 3 cards? Oh wait, no, that's not gonna work, yeah. So they're gonna attack. Teferi, we'll block. I think Teferi will win us this game more than Nezahal. Yeah. And my opponent concedes. Yep, Thief of Sanity is the nuts. Niv Mizzet is also insane, yeah. Like, I want a deck that plays Thief of Sanity, Nicol Bolas, and Niv Mizzet all together. That's my dream team for Standard. But Grixis is maybe not in the best place, to be honest. From Spain, I'm in the sofa with a lot of cold. Oh no, get a blanket. Get a blanket. Oh, do you mean like a cold like you're sick? Or are you cold like temperature? I think our setup here is pretty good. Oh yeah, Demir, oof. Best archetype, right? Temperature? Oh, yeah. Get a blanket, buddy. Warm up that body. Oh, this hand. Oh my god. This is why I play this deck right here. Duress, Thought Erasure, into Disinformation Campaign. Look, it doesn't get any better than this. This is it. This is the peak. Wow, my opponent kept such a sketchy hand. Let's take their Gift of Paradise, though. I tried Grixis and couldn't figure out a list. Yeah, Grixis is all over the place. Looks like they found their Charter-Course, their blue mana for Charter-Course, right off the top. So they play one Charter-Course. They discard a Plane. So we still know 4 of the 5 cards in my opponent's hand. Let's go ahead and Thought Erasure up in here. At this point, we probably want to take Teferi. Oh my god, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's the Charter-Course, which we say okay to. And let's see what gets discarded. You're not sick? That's good to hear, man. That's really good to hear. Yeah, Grixis, like I tried Grixis too, and I couldn't get into it. Alright, so they have 3 unknowns now. I think I'm going to lead on the Disinformation Campaign, actually, because they have Settle, and I don't want to just play into Settle. Alright, well, there goes at least one of their Settles. Alright, there's a land. So they can Chemister's Insight this turn. Okay, it looks like they are maybe looking for a 5th land to be able to slam a Teferi. That would also... Oh, they discard Negate. Wow. Here, I actually am going to play the Thief of Sanity. I think it's possible they have an excess negate, or extra negate, which is why they discarded one. And that's why they were also comfortable Charter-Coursing there instead of holding up for Chemister's Insight. It looks like they found another Teferi. Sure. Question is, what are they doing with it? Are they going up? Alright, now. They're going to make me put that away for now. Which is fine, because we can follow it up with another threat that they have to answer. And this just makes their life really hard. Couldn't find a reason Grixis was better than Dimir or Jeskai. Yeah, so like the mana in Grixis is really not... I don't know, like people have said it was free, but I felt like you can't actually play like Niv Mizzet free. Niv Mizzet was not free, I felt. Would you like to play Demirless with 2 Eater and 4 Reborns as only win cons at Super Control? Is that the Logan Nettles list? Wow, looks like they're just that was pretty good for my opponent. Pretty good sequence. Okay, well, looks like this is gonna get a little rough here. My opponent's going off on they went off on like turn 6-ish. Man, their hand just came together. Maybe we should have targeted their Charter-Courses. Maybe that just helped them, like, you know, get going. Alright, another Teferi. Sure. Are they going up or down with it? Okay, well, I will activate the Surveil 2 here. Bin the Swamp, top the Thief of Sanity. Sure. But I feel like they still have negate. Oh, but this is going to be a good turn to play Thief plus Disinformation Campaign. The issue is here, though, giving them just an extra turn to look for... oh, right, they still get the... yeah, they definitely have negate here, but I might as well. Yeah. And they knew this Thief of Sanity was coming, but it's important because it pressures Teferi. Yeah, Niv was not free, and if you're playing blue-red splash black, it's hard to play Restless Contempt or Ritual on curve. Yeah, that happens too. Man, it just feels like this game was in our control, but God, Teferi's an insane Magic card. There's a search for his Kanta. That's good. Well, we got the Field of Ruin at least, right? Hopefully they don't have Settle the Wreckage. That would be a beating. Settle the Wreckage would be an absolute beating here. Yeah. I think it's a cool list. I think it's a little sketchy personally, but I do think it's a cool list. Definitely gonna try to kill this Teferi. Hope it works out. Alright, there goes Teferi. So the question is, what do we play here? Do we play Disinformation Campaign? Do we play Doom Whisperer? Do we play Treasure Map? This is an interesting turn. We've gone through 3 Teferis. I mean, they only have like 1 more left in the deck. I kind of want to play the Doom Whisperer. It's pretty good pressure, and it plays around Negate. But Treasure Map plays around both Disdainful Stroke and Negate. But the thing is, it's the most low impact spell here. So I think I'm just going to use up my mana most efficiently. Play the Doom Whisperer. Alright. And hope my opponent doesn't have a Cleansing Nova. Alright, Chemist's Insight. They discarded... Oh, they just cast it naturally. Okay. Alright, so they get to flip Search now. They also drew really well after our discarded fields, but they did have some card filtering. Yeah, which is why I maybe should have gone after the card filtering. I don't know. Maybe that was correct. Alright, they discarded a Temple Garden off the top of their deck with Search. Here we kind of need some counter spells. So if we had some counter spell backup, I would feel better. It's possible so sometimes I've seen these decks sideboard into some creatures as well. So we'll see how our opponent's sideboard might be coming along. Don't Cleansing Nova me. Maybe Search main phase? Chemist's... Ooh, another... Is this... Oh. Is this another Nexus? Nezahal. Whew. That's a card. That is a Magic card. Well, I'm going to Surveil. Doom Whisperer. That's one way to beat Nezahal, right? Yeah, this is actually a 2-turn clock with our other Doom Whisperer. And then we have a Negate on top of our deck too. Wow! You're welcome, opponent. Enjoy those lands that are not on top of your deck anymore. Alright. Gotta have something, opponent. I'm putting my opponent dead next turn. I agree with your choice to just take their best cards. Yeah, I mean... It's always a hard decision. Oh, Gift of... No, Gift of Paradise. Yeah, Gift of Paradise would save them one more turn, right? Let's see. And if they're relying on like a Settle the Wreckage here to win the game, then it's not going to be good enough because of the Negate on top of our deck. So Nezahal is good when you're in control, but it's not great when you're taking hits. Alright, Disdainful Stroke, not that good right now. Okay, looks like they might have the Gift of Paradise though. Yeah, alright, so that's what saves them for one more turn. So I bet Nezahal's... Yeah, Nezahal's got to be attacking here. Alright, so we can't Surveil anymore. We can't do that. I put my opponent down to 1. Oh my god. I am such a nice guy, apparently. Well, I guess I blow up the search now. Try to deny them some looks. And this game is going to be close. Man, this Thief of Sanity whiffing these past couple turns has just been really rough. But we know their hand is Disdainful Stroke, plus, you know, 3 unknowns. Alright, we go to 2. Okay, alright. Opponent playing a spell here. Karn. That does nothing. Unless it finds them 2 hits, I'm totally okay with Karn. You can have a search for his Kanta. I guess maybe I should have given them to Fairy, bait them into playing it. Oh. Oh. 4 mana. Chemister's Insight, sure. Discarding Donna Hope. Yeah, it looks like they're dead here. Oh my god. Whew, even through the whiffs, wow. That's why you play 4 Thief of Sanity. Card is insane in the matchup. Just insane. So I'll try to address some of the things that chat has been saying. So, like, I saw the list. It's definitely like WinCon light, you know, but the Eldest Reborn is a pretty good WinCon that's hard to interact with, unlike Doom Whisper, which just dies to, you know, Vraska's Contempt, it dies to Ravenous Chupacabra. Trying to complete their daily challenges, oh my god. Dude, the arena grind, I think I played a couple days ago and I did all my challenges, and now I'm waiting for them to refill. They're probably filled up, and I should probably go get my gold. Yeah, so that's why Eldest Reborn is pretty good, right? Because it gets some extra value. It even sometimes forces your opponent to discard their 1 removal spell, and then you, like, take over with the win condition. But it is a little iffy, right? You know, Doom Whisper sometimes just locks up the board. Eldest Reborn against, you know, a bunch of creatures, that's not great. So Eldest Reborn I found was really good in conjunction with a sweeper, so like, you know, Ritual Soot into Eldest Reborn. So if you're playing a sweeper heavy build, I totally get it, but I don't like relying on it for the WinCon, personally. That's just my feel. About to do my challenges while I watch. Just enjoy. What deck are you playing? I assume some sort of Jeskai or control deck, or I guess sometimes for the challenges you have to play with the cards you don't normally play with. So like I had a challenge recently which was like I guess this is for Jeskai, you know, it's fine, but like personally as a Dimir player, it was like, you know, cast 30 red or white spells, and you know, I do not have, not only do I not play well with an aggro strategy, but I don't even have like red-white cards that are any good in my collection. Alright, well, hand is interesting. We got Thought Erasure. Hopefully we draw into some lands. We don't know what the matchup is though, but I think this is perfectly reasonable. Okay. Mono white aggro on the play could be reasonable. Moment of Craving. I'm actually gonna Thought Erasure here. I definitely want to hit a land next turn, so poof. Well, we can kill the Adanto Vanguard. History of Benalia is going to be really annoying, so I'm going to take one of those, and sweet, that's a land on top. Alright, there's the Vanguard. We have the Moment of Craving for it. So I think all of their pump spells are either on attacking creatures, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna do this now before it gets to attack. I also have the mono red in case I need to do the bad challenges with creatures. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, I should build mono red. That's probably like an easy deck to have on Magic Online. On MPG Arena. Well, didn't hit a land. That's a shame, but at least we hit a treasure map that could maybe get us into a land. Yeah, we're taking a bit of damage here, though. Hopefully we don't get, like, Aureliad here. Alright, Hunted Witness, sure. We knew that one was coming. Oh, boy. We really need a land. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Please, land one time. Land one time. No, that's not a land. Oh, boy. So we definitely cannot treasure map on upkeep here. Oh, my God. Land and we win the game. Land, I just want it to be clear, land and we win the game. Oh, well, couldn't hit land 4 on turn 5 through a couple scries, basically. Ugh, well, that was a risk with that hand. So, Moment of Craving, yes. Golden Demise, yes. Ritual of Sit, yes. Search for Escanta, no. Cut 1, Disinformation Campaign. Cut the Eldest Reborn. Bring those in. Yeah, that's magic for you sometimes, huh? I also like Thief of Sanity in this matchup sometimes. It's just something to do early. Instead of like Karn. Like Dream Eater is really expensive. Doom Whisperer locks up the board sometimes, so I like keeping it, but like a couple Thief of Sanities are totally reasonable. We could also cut a couple Thought Erasures as well. Like, Thought Erasure is not the best against my opponent's deck. Alright, well, just gonna mash my pile of cards together and hope it gets there. We got 5 sweepers in here. Yeah, brutal. Yeah, no sweepers, but we could maybe discovery for like digging for something. The thing is, my opponent's deck is now going to be even more resilient to sweepers. Maybe less 1-drops, maybe more card advantage engines. Yeah. Okay. Here, I think we just Thought Erasure. We don't have an answer to Adanto Vanguard right now. I'd like to get rid of one of those if possible. No Adanto. Bunch of 1-drops, though. That's kind of scary. Venerated Loxodon. Let's think how their turns are going to go here. I could take one of their 1-drops, like Sky Marcher, but next turn they still play 2 1-drops. And then even if they don't hit a land, they can play the Loxodon, so I think I'm just going to take the Loxodon here. Another land is not what I want right now. I think here I'm just looking for a sweeper. They're going to go double 1-drop. Yep. Interesting that they lead with the Stubborn Sentry. Maybe because it doesn't die to Golden Demise. Well, there's a Ritual of Soot, so really happy to see that. Question is, how important is the life? The life. We could shock. You know, I think I'm just going to Discovery. Ooh, okay. I definitely like the post-sweeper Moment of Craving. Definitely a fan of that. Alright, there's a land. Sure. Alright, so thankfully Stubborn Sentry is still not online. I think in order to preserve our life total... Oh, but they do get to flip. They get to flip. That's annoying, but at least we have the Field of Ruin. Sure, they get a knight. Play a land. Play Hunted Witness. Sweet. Wow, we could just play Doom Whisperer, right? We could play Doom Whisperer, lock up the board, we know the last card in their hand, and we can block the knight if it attacks. The issue is if our opponent top decks like a Conclave Tribunal. Yeah, this is interesting. I also think we want to Field of Ruin right now. So, like... I guess if they probably will do it on their end step, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna do this right now. Oh wow. Alright. Sure, opponent doesn't want to activate. We just got free value. Yep. Stabilized. Sure. Land. Yeah. Oh, you could say we stabilized. I could even play Karn here. I'm going to be more mana efficient though. Yeah, they probably just F6'd. You know how it is sometimes. Alright. Disinformation campaign right on time. Let's go ahead and get Karn out. Just start ticking up. If my opponent gives us a land, then we're in a good spot. Nice. Gonna hold back to block. Definitely worse if my opponent rips a Conclave Tribunal. Whoa, heroic reinforcements. That's pretty good. Oh boy. I have to imagine my opponent's just going to swing out here, if that's what they did. Swing at me. Obviously, we'll just block here. What was the other card? Oh, Vraska's Contempt. Okay. So I'm actually not going to treasure map on upkeep here. Oh. I guess I can just leave that there for now. No. Let's just get it right now. Yeah, and then we just double spell. Like I could have +1, look for another untapped land, and then have it for treasure map. And here, I'm going to actually do this in the beginning of combat so that they don't get to flip. And now I'm gonna scry on upkeep. Yeah, definitely want to keep that on top. Let's go ahead and go up with Karn here. See what cards entered the revealed. So another treasure map in there. A land. Interesting. So we could let them flip the Legion's Landing, but I don't know. It's kind of scary, honestly. I think I'm just gonna... Oh, okay. Looks like my opponent just concedes. Save this the time. Appreciate it, opponent. I appreciate it. Okay, well, on the draw, I think I want to go down to 1 Disinformation Campaign. Maybe one more Thought Erasure. the more digging we have in the early game, the better. We rely on our sweepers here to win, so we could have even down-ticked with Karn if we wanted to and gone towards just like the treasure map win. Alright, well, we got a golden demise in hand, so yeah, this is a snap keep from me. Wow. I don't think I've seen much better hands than this. Opponent mulliganed and they scryed to the top. Okay. So let's just get this Memorial to Folly down. We have an answer to a Danto Vanguard. And Golden Demise, actually. Wow, okay. We just have everything we need. But we also have this Fungal Infection, which I might just pop off to save life. It really depends what my opponent does, though. Alright. That worked. What if my opponent has heroic reinforcements? How important is this one? Okay, well. Now we're on track to like Doom Whisper, even like. Oh wow. That's all you got. Like, my opponent could have Experimental Frenzy here, which is obviously good, but Doom Whisper is one of the best way to beat that. Heroic. Yep. So here I think we... Yeah, we block here. Then we just play Doom Whisper. And if our opponent has an answer for Doom Whisper, like, it's not the end of the world. We have a lot of sweepers here. Okay, if they have a okay, History of Benalia, that's not scary at all. And Discovery Dispersal. Okay. Do we just cast that here? I think so. I kind of like hitting one of these land drops. I don't care about the other one though. And the Memorial to Genius replaces itself at least. So yeah, I like that land. And I'm going to hold back for one more turn, just force my opponent to overcommit a little bit more. We have a cast down if we need to kill something quick, but generally we should be in a pretty fine spot here. Venerated Loxodon, sure. So we can cast down that and then Ritual of Soot after that. Yeah, let's just make sure this resolves before we go attacking. Okay. And now we're attacking. Now it's a race. And I think we win it, but look. Could be anybody's game here. Xylon's Binding, huh? That's a good one. I'm actually going to surveil here, look for something nice. That's a threat at least, so. And if we draw another Discovery Dispersal, we should be in a good spot. I guess there's no reason not to hold up the Field of Ruin here. Probably should have held it up over the Memorial to Folly. Is this another Ixalan's Binding here? A Johnny. Okay. Johnny can't kill me. It can return a 2-drop, such as a Danto Vanguard. Okay. Which we will pop off right away. Another Vraska's Contempt, huh? So we could just kill the Ajani, which is kind of what I'm leaning towards, and then just pop Memorial to Genius at end of turn. Alright, Sky Marcher, sure. Stubborn Sentry, sure. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's just kill that. We don't need to draw cards right now. Our 6th land also might be important. Well, never mind. At this point, I think we just need to try to win with this Thief of Sanity as fast as possible. Ooh. I kind of like, well, so Loxodon is just a big dumb creature, which is also pretty good. Yeah, I kind of like that. Alright, opponent hits a 5th land. I wonder if they're building towards a Lyra. Because if they are, Heroic Reinforcements, yeah, that's not very good here. I think I'm just going to attack all. Yeah, and my opponent concedes here. Whew! That was a close one, right? Kind of? I don't know. I definitely like this Thief of Sanity plan, because some of these decks just side out their, you know, cheap removal. Like, sure, Ixalan's Binding hitting Doom Whisper, that kind of sucks, but, you know, we just having more threats that just get under what they do. Yeah, GG's, right? That was nice. I'm actually gonna restart Magic Online real quick. It's starting to get a bit laggy for me. Yeah, this is what I mean. I need to get a new computer here. Because Magic Online is just naturally laggy, but my computer does not do any of this justice. It's weird. The meta feels very similar to how it was in the beginning of the format, where like the aggressive decks ruled. Now, obviously, you have a bit of Golgari and a bit of, you know, control in the mix, but those are also decks we generally have a good matchup against. So, I think like Dimir is really well positioned. Some might disagree, but I think it's one of the best ways to beat the you know, aggro menace. Anyways, I'll continue the stream in a few moments. I'm gonna run to the restroom, but don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back. Let's hop right into the next match. Let's go. so far I'm really enjoying the sideboard. I think it's done us some good work here. Thief of Sanity being just the MVP. I think this card is so good, specifically out of the sideboard. I think main deck it's a little sketchy because there are plenty of decks with removal out there, but it's just such a good sideboard card. It really reminds me of Geist of St. Traft in like Modern, you know, just coming out of the sideboard and just wrecking certain types of decks. This is part of the reason I was cutting some of the disinformation campaigns, but I guess it's a keep. Just don't start out with like planes turn 1. Oh boy. Alright, well, we asked for it. It's gonna be like fungal infection. Oh boy. Oh boy, folks. Buckle in. It's gonna be a rough one. Johnny's Pride Maid. Well, at least we have the cast down for that. And not the Moment of Craving specifically. Well. I don't think they have anything to save their creature from a cast down. So I'm gonna just see if they. Alright, that'll save their creature from a cast down. So yeah, definitely gonna kill that now. Now give me Golden Demise one time. Oh no, don't. Alright, sweet. So no follow-up. That's really good for us. Sweet. Now we could have discovered to dig, but I think we're not under too much pressure right now. That it's okay to just run out these disinformation campaigns. I could be wrong. Alright, History of Benalia. So now I think is the turn we need to potentially dig. For like a Ritual Soot, for a Golden Demise. Even for 2-mana removal spell? No. Karn's not going to do it. Alright, it's also not going to do it. But we're digging pretty far here, so let's hope we hit it. Well, that's a removal spell. Kills 1 knight. I don't know. We might have a lot of cards in hand, but it's not going to be enough to deal with what our opponent's doing. So, definitely need like Golden Demise off the top. Oof, that's a good one. Yeah, this is like the wrong half problem, and like even if you dig like 6 cards deep, it doesn't just save you necessarily. So we're going to take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're not dead. So guess I'll play towards being not dead. Oh my god, those are knights. Oh my god. Alright. Let's oof. Learn something new every day, that Dauntless Bodyguard is apparently a knight. Rough. Okay, well we'll sideboard similarly to the previous game. Cast down gonna be extra good here. Definitely like cutting one. Definitely cutting the Eldest Mourne. Yeah. Is that what you do here, Hunter? You just come in and say brutal every time I get brutalized? Is that how it works? Yeah, so cut 2 Disinformation Campaign, you know, it just is pretty low impact in this matchup. You know, cut some of the more expensive cards, cut a couple Thought Erasures, Cast Down, Moment of Craving, Golden Demise, Ritual of Soot. I'll bring in 2 Thieves. I'll actually keep in the 3rd Thought Erasure here. Maybe even keep in 4 because their deck is a little more synergy based with the Johnny's Pride Mates. So I'm actually going to keep in all 4 Thought Erasures here. It might be a little sketchy, but I think specifically against this type of red-white deck, I'm going to do that. I'm rooting for you, not these Craig Wesco piles. That is, I mean, that's such a funny story, right? Because Craig Wesco, known for playing these types of decks, like one of the first, you know, Pro Tours he hasn't played in so long is the one where White Weenie is just insane. Oh yeah, this is a keep. It's not perfect, but it's a keep. Fungal Infection is great in this matchup. Just perfect. Okay. Turn 1 Swamp. Your go. Shock. So to be mana efficient, I'm probably going to Fungal Infection this, even though it means we're soft to an Odonto Vanguard. Actually, okay. I take it back. I'm not going to. And it could be pretty greedy on my part, I admit. But I think I can get away with this. Oof. Okay, well. These are a lot of good cards. I think we have to take one of the Ajani's Pridemates, though. Just kind of have to, or we die to it. Another Field of Ruin. We need land drops. We do need land drops. But it's like not a blue source. Could be wrong. Maybe I'm supposed to bottom that. Sweet. They're going for the 1-drop plays. Which means we can get rid of the other Ajani's Pridemate, which is really good here. Let's graveyard that. At this point, we just need like a sweeper of some sorts. Yeah, they flip the Legion's Landing, which really sucks, but I think that Ajani's Pridemate is going to cause us way more trouble in the long run. Oh man, that was a good top deck. Wow. Okay. So we know the last two cards in their hand, I think, are Sky Marcher and Conclave Tribunal. Now we're really close to dead. Okay. In response to this trigger, we'll Fungal Infection that. I guess that's wrong. They gain a life because of this. But it means they can't Conclave Tribunal the token if they wanted to. And this is interesting. We could hold the Saproling back. Like, we could easily trade it with a Vampire here and take 4. But then, let's see, how much... Then we instead we take 5, go to 8. And then next turn we can block here. But at this point, is a sweeper our only, like, reasonable out? Like, what reasonable outs do we have here? Let's see. 8... We go to 8. Next turn we can block 4. Go to, and then we take 7. No, but there's a Sky Marcher, so we take. I think we just need to hope to rip a sweeper here. But this play doesn't. Yeah, this is actually not a good play, right? Because this doesn't play around a sweeper. Yeah, that was silly of me. Well. Yeah, I was supposed to block the Knight, because if our only out is a sweeper, we might as well save up as much life as possible, right? So that was a bit loose on my part. But if we can, like, stabilize this turn here, sweet, we stabilize. Oh my god. Alright, sometimes you're just lucky. Sometimes you're just lucky enough. Oh god, no. Oh no. No, no, no. Sir, please. Don't do this. Vraska's Contempt. I feel like that's a pretty good magic card. The issue is our... Yeah, no, I think I'm going to keep that. Alright, looks like their last card is Tribunal. You're lucky and good, though. Nah, I'm not... I wouldn't call me good. Another Frenzy. Why? Why? Okay. Oh, and a 1-drop. Classic. Classic opponent. I guess Ritual of Soot is okay. I'm going to be a little greedy here. I'm going to try to Ritual of Soot after they unload this turn. Alright, there's a land. Wonder if they shock it in. Alright, no shock. I'm going to take the hit here. Dispersal is not a horrible magic card, but I mean it bounces Experimental Frenzy, but we don't have a discard spell to pair it with, right? I guess it's kind of better than a land though. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should have just kept it. Because it digs me. That's another Dauntless Bodyguard. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, they're paying mana. Is that a Lyra? Is it a Banefire? Oh my god. Okay, sacrifice a treasure, please. Okay, well, we're back up to... oh, no! Huh. Yep, that's my bad. I'm playing loose. Alright, there's a Pride Mate. There's a Legion's Landing. Alright. Can I keep up with Frenzy? It's gonna be hard. Okay, well, let's Ritual and hope my opponent does not have another Banefire. Because if they do, I'm screwed. Just Pride Mate, yep. Yep. Land. God, Experimental Frenzy is insane. Imagine if they hadn't top decked that card. All they had was a Conclave Tribunal left in their hand. Imagine if they drew like any other card. This would be an actual game. Let's see, would we want to double Vraska's? Not necessarily. Oh, we still can double. Oh, let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Could double Vraska's Contempt be better than cracking a clue this turn? Yeah, probably. Or cracking a treasure. Oh, that's what it feels like. Alright, they shock a land in. Alright, I just need them to hit a pocket of lands. And they sacrifice the bodyguard. IF6. Hope they don't. Oh no. Oh no. What happened? Oh, they blew it up. They blew it up. I guess what they got in their hand is just more than enough. Dream Eater. Okay. Could that be enough? We could survive one turn with Dream Eater, so now of course Golden Demise would be ideal right now. Okay, that works just as well. I guess we still have this Dream Eater, so that's cool, and hope we don't get Banefired right now. Another Frenzy. Alright. I guess that's the only reason you blow up your first Frenzy. You have another one. Question is, do we get this Dream Eater into play now? It would require cracking 2 clues, but I think we do. Or 2 treasures. The Surveil value is just so important, I think, too. Okay, alright. These are cards. These are all magic cards. I definitely want to play the Thief of Sanity. The question is, do I want to also play the Search for Azcanta? Probably. I kind of like all of these. Let's bounce that. Let's go to combat. Attack for 4. Now we're kind of making a comeback here. There's Frenzy again. Interesting that they still did not play their Tribunal. Alright, History of Benalia. Sure, that's a good magic card. We're running out of sweepers in our deck here. It's another Banefire. Oof. There goes the Thief. Nope, but yes. Memorial to Folly, what can you get us back? Get us back Thief of Sanity, but it's pretty slow. I think I will take the Vraska's Contempt. Question is, do we attack here? Kind of like the idea of attacking. I'm probably just going to contempt the knight anyway, and I need to close out this game ASAP. Yeah, I have to close out the game, right? I can't just sit back for the rest of the game here. Alright, in case they have any attack triggers. Uh-oh. Tribunal. Alright, what you gonna target? The Dream Eater. Okay. Alright. Oh my god. Yep. This might be it, folks. We've been through quite a bit of our deck here. Although my opponent has burned quite a few of their Banefires. Oh man. Oh boy. Moment of Craving saves us a bit of time. Let's see, how many rituals have we been through? We've been through 1 ritual soot, 3 ritual soot, 1 golden demise. So we have 1 golden demise left in the deck. I'm just gonna take the Moment of Craving. I think it's safer. Doom Whisperer would be kind of nice here. Alright, well, let's see. It would make them bounce Frenzy, but that's it. Alright, well, we got a bunch of cheap removals. I guess we gotta use one of them now. Hopefully they don't have cards like Heroic Reinforcements. Yeah, Frenzy is messed up. Like my opponent has drawn so many cards this game, basically. God, and now I'm like trying to 1-for-1 like History of Benalios and Experimental Frenzies. Like, obviously that's just insane. And like my opponent probably just has a Banefire left in their hand too, which is just the worst part. Don't think I have a... Do I have... No, I used my fungal infection already, so I'm going to hold the information, I guess, about what I'll get off of this Azcanta. Although, if I, like, hit my Golden Demise and maybe I just, like, burned my cast down for no reason... Oh, my God. Please. Opponent, please. Stop. Oh, my God. Yep. This is the point where like I'd want a Mirari's Conjecture in my deck. I did think about a card like that. Oh my God. Alright, so I kind of need that Golden Demise. Oh. Well, there's the Golden Demise. Let's see, the order of our deck might matter, so bottom, bottom, bottom. There's a Karn. I'm gonna play it. Oh yeah, that costs 4. Let's stick up your boy. Thought Erasure, Moment of Craving. I imagine we're gonna get the Thought Erasure. Yep. Play a land. Say go. Look, we're probably gonna lose this game, folks. But I would just like to say, we probably put up the best fight against everything my opponent is doing in Standard. Like, I don't think anybody could have done it better than us. Just saying. They blow up the Frenzy, and now they start playing cards out of their hand. Oh, and there goes Karn. Rip. Okay, well. Alright, cast down, sure. Thought Erasures, fantastic. Claim Tribunal, okay. Graveyard. Graveyard, okay. And you know, we'll cast down the Knight. 1, 2, 3. My opponent has 5 lands in their hand. Might as well cast down. Well, yeah, I'm just gonna cast down the Knight now. I mean, I don't know what crazy stuff my opponent could have in their deck that gives their stuff indestructible or something. So I'm just gonna, you know. So this is an arena. Which game is this? This is Magic Online, MTGO. It's basically what was there before Magic Arena. Alright, Discovery Dispersal. Yeah, my computer's just not good enough to run Arena, so that's kind of what's happening here. So we could make them give us back Karn. That's not really gonna do much, is it? Oh boy. Oh boy. I can't undo. Alright. And just hope my opponent does not have, just has lands. Just has cards that don't matter. obviously we have to block the Vanguard here. We go to 2. Yeah, they make Vanguard indestructible. Another Vanguard. We're still not dead here. Let's remember that. Moment of Craving. Wow. Sabotage is also okay, but I think we need to get rid of one of these. I'm gonna top this most. Well, I don't think I'm gonna deck, so I'm gonna hold back for one more turn. But one hit with this thief and they're dead, I believe, right? Because we just mill them. No, not quite. Not quite. They'd have. Oh my god! Ugh. I just want to say, we just defeated our opponent's entire deck, basically. Oh my god, that was game 2! Oh my god! I swear, I thought that was game 3. I really thought, oh god. Oh, we have more of this? Oh. Somebody. Oh, somebody get me out of this. Alright, on the draw, Disinformation Campaign is probably, like, we don't want any copies. Same for Thought Erasure, it's just, like, really expensive and we'll just die by then. We could put in a Duress because we get to hit their History of Benalios earlier. It's also interesting, like, we could bring in, like, one Disdainful Stroke. I kind of like that. I kind of like that. Now let's keep in all the Thought Erasures. It might be good, good disruption. So that was so much. That was their whole deck. That was their whole deck. So why are you not playing Arena? Oh, your computer isn't good enough. Yeah. So my computer's good enough to play Arena, but it's not good enough to stream it at the same time as playing it. I have an old piece of shit and it works fine. Is that all the same cards still? Yeah, it's all the same cards. It's still standard, right? We'll keep this hand. So I don't really want to take life from my Watery Grave, but I think we'll just have to eventually. Okay, Danto Vanguard or a bunch of 1-drops. All right, Johnny's Pridemate. We probably want to kill that on sight. Yeah. Just gonna kill that. Legion's Landing. Please just have a single 1-drop. Although I have to imagine, yeah, they have multiples here. Alright. Okay. Well. Land one time. Land one time. Alright, that's not a land. Alright, Discovery. Find me all the lands. Okay. Those are all the lands. I guess I can't complain about that. Unfortunately, they will get to flip Legion's Landing here. So that is upsetting. Well, what do you got for me, opponent? What do you got? You got the Frenzy here? Yep. So the question is here, do we want to Vraska's Contempt, the Dauntless Bodyguard, and then clean up with Ritual Sit? I think so. It means we take a bit of extra damage. Although it's not that much extra damage, right? It's kind of the same amount of damage. No, we take 1 extra damage. And if we can hit a land drop into Doom Whisper, that would also be really good. Yeah, whatever, just attack. Oh, we could, yeah, what am I talking about? Well, we just Vraska's Contempt the Sky Marcher, right? And then they'll have nothing to protect. Yeah. Much safer play. Healer's Hawk off the top. Land off the top. Serve Benalia off the top. Sure. Oh my god. Well, looks like we're locked into Ritual of Soot. Yeah, even if we draw a land, like Doom Whisper right now is just not something we can reasonably do. We really needed to land that Doom Whisper. It's just like the best way to beat an Experimental Frenzy, just like attack them. This could be a turn where we take a turn off to play Doom Whisper. Although, of course, if they blow up their Frenzy, and then they have like a Conclave Tribunal, and then if they have like a Justice Strike here too, that could also be really bad. So I got a question where it says what the card dies like an instant. There's a symbol after like M19 and like Silver Crowns. Like, what do those symbols mean? Oh, so are you talking about like the symbols like right? Let's see, like this one right here. That's what set it's from. That refers to set. Johnny's Pride Mate. Are they blowing? Are they just like playing another Frenzy now? Yeah, that refers to the sets. So there's different sets, right? Like there's Ixalan, there's Guild of Ravnica. Alright, Conclave Tribunal. Yeah, I kind of figured that was coming, but hopefully they don't have like a Banefire as well. Oh man, we go to 4 here. Yeah, can't reasonably beat Banefire. But with the way my opponent's playing, it feels like that's like they have to have that. Or they could just have another Experimental Frenzy. At this point, obviously I hope they have the Frenzy and not the card that kills us. Yeah, so that's the set in which the card came from. So there's different packs of Magic cards, and each of those packs has different cards in them that you can open. Yeah, it's just another Frenzy. Okay, well. Frenzy is annoying. Frenzy is very annoying. No, like Thought Erasure just doesn't do anything here, right? Dream Eater. Yes. Oh, yes. 100%. Alright, well now I guess I will Thought Erasure. Conclave Tribunal. Keep the Dream Eater on top. Alright, things are looking up for us here. Do I Moment of Craving this? I think I do. Okay. Sweet. Like the pack that it's from. So what's the best pack? There's not really a best pack, I would say. But it depends what deck you're trying to build. Certain decks need cards from certain packs. So tell me, what's your favorite colors, Big Whiskey? Like, what kind of colors do you like to play in Magic? And I'll tell you maybe some good cards from those sets. Oh, they just had another one on top of their deck? Yo. That's insane. Sure. Alright, fair enough. At least we got to eat something. Well, alright, so we could like end step dispersal. No, I don't know how much I like that. I think we just need to start attacking. I don't think this is the turn where we hold up dispersal. I kind of want to find some more removal spells. Destroy Experimental Frenzy. Oh, that's not good. Do they have another? Oh wait, yeah, we know about the other Conclave Tribunal, right? Well, we'll counter it because that's like this Dream Eater is all we've got going for us right now. And we know about this Search for Azcanta, but I'm going to put a counter on this regardless. Yeah, I mean, my opponent could also have drawn the Banefire. There was one turn where they didn't do anything, so that's kind of scary. Here, I think, is the turn I want to hold up the Discovery Dispersal. So my phone turned off. What's the best packs? Like Corset is pretty standard, right? Like I want the best cards. So what pack would? So the all right. Looks like this is Banefire. Yeah, there's not much we could do to beat the Banefire. X equals 8. Like I wonder if there was like a set of cards that we could have drawn into, like double Moment of Craving or something. But yeah, this is gonna happen from time to time. Like Banefire just gets you, right? That's a card that's really hard to beat. But I think we put up a really good fight up until the Banefire. Yeah, like we weren't getting the Moment of Cravings. Oof. That was a grind. Maybe we need to figure out a better sideboard plan for Experimental Frenzy in the post-board games against Red-White, because it's not enough just to have all the sweepers. Maybe like I need to have more duresses. Like maybe duress effects are actually quite good in combination with sweepers. I don't know. You just need many different combinations of cards to beat Red-White. So Big Whiskey, what we were talking about before your phone canceled was talk to us what your favorite cards are. Like what's your favorite colors? What kind of, like, you know, red, white, blue, black, green? You know, pick a couple of those colors, let us know, and we'll tell you what cards in those sets might be good for you. That's a keep. We got a Golden Demise on 3. We have Discovery Dispersal. Because there's no best card, you know. There's a lot of different cards. Alright, Mono Red. So Doom Whisper is really good against Mono Red. Here I'm just going to look for some more, maybe lands. Ritual Soot is also quite good against my opponent. But I kind of want to go Disinformation Campaign on 3. So I'm going to be a little greedy here and hope to find another untapped land. Okay, maybe we're going Golden Demise on 3, and I should have kept that land. No. No, maybe we do just go Golden Demise on 3. I'm gonna be greedy. I'm gonna be greedy and hope they don't have like a bunch of Wizards Lightnings here. All right. Well. At least we hit the land, right? That's the most important part. Because now they go like Chain Whirler, and we go land Ritual Soot. Yeah, exactly. And this way we get to clean up the Chain Whirler, although we do take an extra 3 points of damage. And we even have some Moment of Craving to gain some life. So this isn't bad. A land here would be really good. Yeah. So I'm going to make him discard. Hopefully they don't have two cheap burn spells here. Lightning Strike. Alright, so I feel like their last card has got to be like Experimental Frenzy or something. That's just what it feels like. But we have the Discovery Dispersal for that. So let's just go ahead and Moment of Craving this. Alright, they play a land. Yeah, there's the Frenzy. But we can beat the Frenzy. So not too worried about that right now. And now we're basically stabilizing with 11 life, so as long as our opponent doesn't rip a bunch of interactive spells, like burn spells, I specifically mean, because creatures we can handle. Like Chain Whirler would probably be their, well, that's also a pretty good one. Karn, so I think there's a possibility we can nab another creature with his Golden Demise, and this blanks Lava Runner for one turn. Risk factor. Ugh. 4 to you. Have risk factor deal 4 to you. Yes. That's not good. Alright, Vraska's Contempt. Interesting. I actually prefer Vraska's Contempt here than Golden Demise. I just want to gain some life. Opponent's probably going to hold. Oh, nope. I guess that's, yeah. This is close. Do I activate Treasure Map here? I think I do. Don't want that. So Chain Whirler here would be absolutely horrible, but actually no, it won't. Never mind, I forgot it's a 2/2. So we can keep attacking here, which is really nice. Opponent's gonna risk factor. Yes. So I imagine they're going to attack here, otherwise they're just going to be forced to block, yeah. So like a Sinister Sabotage would be perfect here. Dream Eater, that beats a Flash threat, so I'm actually going to keep that on top. I guess so does making a counter here. I don't know. So like Moment of Craving could be nice if we hit that. Thought Erasure, Field of Ruin, yeah. Yeah, now Chain Whirler kills us. But I guess that's just like something we have to deal with, right? There's a lot of lethals right here. A lot of lethals, but looks like we got there. So post board against red, you want something to handle Disinformation Campaign. You want a couple more sweepers, I think. You side out cards like Disinformation Campaign. Sorry, you want cards that deal with Experimental Frenzy. I think maybe I said Disinformation Campaign by accident. Eldest Reborn is a little slow. So is Karn. The thing is, like, we don't want to overload on sweepers, but they are pretty important in surviving the matchup, so yeah, Golden Demise. I like Disdainful Stroke here, maybe over one Treasure Map. Dream Eater just dies to Lightning Strike, so I'm kind of okay cutting that. Search for Scanta is a little slow. Is Treasure Map maybe just better than Search for Scanta? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Yeah, we got one space here. I mean, maybe Dream Eater's okay. Like, if the game gets that long and they lightning strike my Dream Eater, maybe I want like a duress to hit Experimental Frenzy early. Negate is also kind of nice against Risk Factor, actually. So maybe we just want to be a little more reactive. That's interesting. I'll try it. I'll try it. There's also like a reasonable argument to go threat dense here, like Thief of Sanity and stuff. Ugh, man, tap lands. I think I keep it. It's a little sketchy, but so we have an answer for this creature at least. Now we just need to hit land drops. We can counter an Experimental Frenzy. Runaway Steamkin, wow. Yeah, that's a card I want to kill. The issue is we play into Chain Whirler like this, but I'm okay with that. So we drew our third land. That's really important. Alright, Direfleet Daredevil. Okay, that's fair game. Huh? That's one reason to wait a little, I guess. But well, this is awkward because I don't want to get frenzied, but I also need to hit my fourth land, and they already have a pretty reasonable board. So I kind of want both of these. Because I really need some removal spells and my fourth land. So now they might be holding up like Risk Factor, and that's just going to suck. You have this Vraska's Contempt to gain us some life. Lightning Strike me. Alright. Now they're probably just unloading if they draw land for Experimental Frenzy. Definitely just want to cast down something here. Go to 8, which is super sketchy against mono red. Treasure Map. Alright. I think I'm negating just about anything right now. Treasure Map is kind of scary. Land. Land. Do we just go Disinformation Campaign? Hold up Stroke. Alright. Because we got Contempt to gain us some life. Wow, they didn't even play the Pyromancer. Interesting. I appreciate you answering that guy, Hunter. Okay. Oh, I'm dead. No, I go to 1. Ouch. So tapping out for Disinformation Campaign there really hurt us. Wow, they didn't even have a 4-mana spell. That's rough. Let's just... I'm gonna need to tap. Don't want to die to the Fanatic on upkeep, so let's just go ahead and... I'll go to 1 here. So if we can find a Moment of Craving off the Discovery, we might be okay. Steam can, sure. So now okay is unlikely. Wow. Moment of craving. Okay. Yeah. It means we survive one more turn. Live to see another day, right? Another moment of craving. Okay, so we could hit the Firebrand. I think we just hit the Steamkin though. And now we need to fade one draw step from our opponent. Alright, never mind. God, we were so close to stabilizing there. So close. Like one more turn and we might have actually stabilized. Jeez. So maybe stroke is not where we want to be. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, not seeing a sweeper that game definitely sucks. But maybe another negate. Maybe search for Escanta is not good. Maybe we want. I mean, I kind of want to bring back Dream Eater. Like, that's kind of what I want to do at 6 mana. Alternatively, there's also Karn. Nah. I don't know. Okay, that's a hand. We got removal. We have Thought Erasures to maybe take their big stuff and then kill their little stuff. The issue is, if they have a 1-drop, they can get a little bit under us. And that, you know, mono red almost always has a 1-drop. Well, they mulligan to 6, so always happy to see that. So let's see how they scryed. They scryed to the top. Okay, so probably gonna be a game here. Alright, 1-drop it is. Okay, well, probably going to be casting these Thought Erasures right about now, because I want to hit my land drops. Those are important. Probably just take the Daredevil, right? Well, like, Moment of Craving, like, if there's any card I'm keeping on top, it's probably Moment of Craving. They play a Mountain. They hit me for 1. I'm going to Thought Erasure. Because I really want to hit a land. Wow. Alright, cool. So I took the risk factor there because it denies them 4 damage basically. Oh, they just drew another risk factor. Ooh, that's punishing actually. That's punishing. And now we have to Thought Erasure here because we don't want to die to Experimental Frenzy. Okay, well. Yes. So they should have done that post-combat because now they dealt 1 less damage with a Lava Runner. Interesting they play out the Mountain. I'm just going to use my most expensive spell here to maximize my chances of double spelling. Yeah. Okay, well now we need to find like a win condition. Like Doom Whisperer, Dream Eater, something. Give me something. Oh no. Oh no. Banefire me for 3? Alright. Golden Demise. Yeah, sometimes they're just going to draw the burn half of their deck, and that's going to feel really bad. So I'm still going to use the Moment of Craving here because they could play like a Train Whirler or a Rekindling Phoenix, and I definitely want to save the Vraska's Contempt there. Well, Alright, treasure map is interesting. I think I will play it. I gotta get something going here. Interesting, my opponent still doesn't do the risk factor. Okay. So they do get in an extra damage here with the Fanatical Firebrand because we're not holding up Vraska's Contempt. So let's go ahead and scry here. They're going to risk factor us now. We're going to say yes. Ritual of Soot. I don't want that right now. And we can afford to upkeep our scry here, so I'm going to. I'm going to bottom that. Again, I'm looking for a win condition at this point. And that's a Doom Whisper, so I'm going to do this right now. Go up to 4, which means Lightning Strike doesn't kill us. Banefire for 4 doesn't kill, for 3 doesn't kill us. And I am not going to activate Treasure Map here. Oh, well, looks like we're at 2 life. And now we're dead to so many things. Maybe I do. Well. And now we kind of hold up, you know, we're pretending we're holding up Negate. Oh, no. Okay, Frenzy doesn't kill us. But that's probably one of their best draws at this point. Dispersal one time? Nope. Okay. Definitely have to attack here. All right, we're not winning this game sitting back. All right, that's a land. It's a Steamkin. Okay. Two, three. I'm trying to put myself dead to as little things as few things as possible. But I also want to close out the game as fast as possible. So like I don't want to die to Shock and Lightning Strike, but if I have to say like, look opponent, you have to have Shock or Lightning Strike on top of your deck next turn, then so be it. Yeah, then so be it. Oh my god. Ugh. Well, we could have beaten that. But the thing is, then we're giving our opponent so many more draws. God. Yeah, maybe there was a point where I was supposed to Vraska's Contempt somewhere earlier just to gain that 2 life. That feels really bad. That's why I like bringing in Negate against Mono Red, because they rely on burn in the end game, and if you can just tempo them out with like a Doom Whisper, obviously we didn't have the Negate there, but all right, well let's see if we can pull out of here with a 3-2. That's a hand, isn't it? Mulligan. Well, that's a pretty good 6. Keep a land on top. Play the Guildgate. Next turn we go Thought Erasure into Disinformation Campaign, probably. Just a reminder, if you're enjoying the stream, please hit that follow button. I see Big Whiskey hit that follow button, and I missed that earlier. I'm sorry, but I do appreciate it. I'm a small stream, but I'm growing slowly, so if you're enjoying the content, please consider hitting that follow button. Looks like we're up against Jeskai Control here, and their hand is pretty bad. Probably just want to take the Teferi here. Opt can find them things, but like, you know. Discovery Dispersal. Let's go ahead and graveyard that. I'd rather just like naturally hit land drops and like curve out to Karn and things like that. And I just hope my opponent doesn't top deck like a Syncopate or Negate. Yeah, but we're definitely... I guess we could have kept it because it would bounce Disinformation Campaign. That's also like not a bad reason to do that, to keep the... Yeah, we could have actually had a pretty good curve out if we'd found a land and bounced. Yeah, I'm regretting that. I think I should have kept the Discovery Dispersal. Interesting. Interesting. I mean, I guess I won't feel too bad if I get to just untap, play Karn next turn, but yeah, it looks like we'll at least have a land for that. Opponent's probably going to discard Deafening Clarion here, I have to imagine. It looks like they discarded a Sacred Foundry, which makes me happy. And there goes Opt. So they're going to have two unknowns in their hand. Let's see if they scry to the top or the bottom. They scry to the bottom, so they didn't necessarily find a card they wanted. There's that island. So they could have Sinister Sabotage here. I think I'm still going to just jam Karn, though. Alright. That's a Karn. I mean, look. Then we get to untap with Sinister Sabotage next turn, and they're probably going to give me the cast down, I have to imagine. Unless they're Drakes, right? Unless they're a Drake deck, in which case they're probably going to give me the Catacombs. But now we'll get to see the power of the grindy engine against a fair deck. Alright, yep. Gave us cast down. Let's see if they like shock Karn. They don't. Alright, land. Can we find a land? So, because I'm not guaranteed a land drop right now, I'm just gonna get one of my lands here. Gonna play a treasure map. If that gets countered, alright, does not get countered. So we get to even hold up our own counter. Now this is really good. We're in a really good spot. Like, we have all the engines in place. And we even have the counter spell for Teferi. Search for Escanta. Yeah, let's get all the advantage engines, right? Well, give me whichever crappy card is not going to matter in this matchup. So Chemister's Insight here could pull them back a little bit. Right, because our cards are not that relevant in the matchup. And they get to basically filter their draws and get card advantage. Alright. Search for Escanta. Come on. Now, if this gets countered, I'm not sure I fight back, because I don't have the answer for Teferi, like a Vraska's Contempt. So I think I'm just going to say okay. Alright, looks like my opponent's probably going to counter this. Ionize, and I just say okay. Because what I got on board is fine enough. Alright, Alright, looks like they play another land, so they have 2 unknowns in their hand. So here I'm looking for like a thought erasure. I'm looking for lands. Yeah, I'll keep a land on top. Jeez. Well, at least we're getting that trash off the top of our deck. Definitely going to give us the fungal infection here, I imagine. And again, I'm just going to hold up Sinister Sabotage for a little bit here. I could, you know, try to push the Doom Whisperer. And then technically still have counter magic for a Teferi. I could, couldn't I? And if this forces out another counter spell out of my opponent, then that's also okay. But like Justice Strike would kind of suck here, and like blowing my treasure map would also kind of suck. But also if this just resolves, it already gets its value. If they like have to burn multiple removal spells on it, I don't know, I think if there's any good spot to play Doom Whisperer, it's now. Because technically we can still hold up Sabotage. Alright, that's great. Wow, yeah, this is perfect. So now as long as my opponent doesn't have like negate / syncopate plus Teferi, Niv Mizzet could also be kind of good here. Alright, I'm going to let this resolve. And then I'm going to just pay 2 life. Bounce my Disinformation Campaign. Call it a day. Get my 2-for-1 in here. That's the most important thing. I mean, yeah, it's a win condition, but like we're going to grind our opponent down anyways. Wow. Sure. Okay. Yeah, put that on top. I'm going to Thought Erasure my opponent first, and then probably downtick card. Yeah, my opponent just concedes here. Because look, we're so many cards ahead. They're probably going to tap with no cards in hand. We could also just play Doom Whisperer and, you know. Alright, we're pretty well built for this matchup here, so we have 11 cards to bring in, but that's because we have a lot of cards to take out. Generally, that's a good rule. If there's a deck in the format where you have so many cards you want to cut, it's good to have a lot of cards to bring in as well. Now, Teferi is their main win condition, really. They probably are going to keep some number of Deafening Clarion in, so I might cut the Dream Eater, even though it's a flash threat. That's what I really like about Dream Eater. Yeah, flash threats are pretty good, but maybe we'll just play a slightly different game here. Keep the Vraska's Contents for the Teferis. You know, maybe cut 1 Doom Whisperer and just go all in on this plan here. So like trim some of our expensive like win conditions that are hard to resolve in the matchup, and like go up on this more like tempo-y plan that also has a Nezahal on top, and you still keep some answers for Teferi and still keep some Doom Whisperers because that's still an annoying card for them to have to deal with. And then you also keep your card advantage engines because that's what the game often comes down to. That's just the way that I approach the Jeskai control matchup. Oof. Yeah, if we hit a land, this hand is really good. Like a colored land source. So like a blue or a black land here would be nice. Alright. That is one of those two things. If we can play like a Thief of Sanity and untap with it, that would just be insane. Alright, looks like they're going for a turn 2 search for his kid. Oh, treasure map. Alright, well, we have at least Field of Ruin to deal with that somewhat. Alright, more Thought Erasure. So we'll just play the tempo plan here. Just play the tempo plan. Oh boy. Let's take the Ionize. Another Thief of Sanity. I have to imagine that's pretty good, so I'm going to keep it. Opponent's probably going to upkeep. Yep. Not too worried about settle because, you know, we can answer that pretty easily. Let's see, they kept the card on top, so it's probably the land they just played. Yeah. That treasure map will, like, give them a good amount of mana. Hopefully they didn't keep shocks in their deck. They probably kept Lava Coil, though, so that's, like, something they could draw into. But if we just go, like, just keep, you know, playing these Thief of Sanities, then maybe they're just going to run out of efficient answers. Because they've already got 2 cards in their hand that aren't efficient answers, so they really gotta... They've got a long way to go here before they, you know, get something good going. Like, looks like they bottomed with Opt, which is always a good sign. And then now they're scrying on Upkeep, also a good sign. Scry to the top, so have to imagine that's a land. Yep. So Opt is out of their hand, so we know 3 of the 4 cards in their hand. Ooh, Duress is so good here. I'm gonna Duress after I attack. What you got? You got a Teferi for me? Give me something. Enigma Drake. Well, it's a card. Not the card I was hoping for, but it's a card nonetheless. So let's think here. What happens if we play another Thief of Sanity? I think I'm going to go for it. And it's a little greedy. It is a little greedy, but I think if there's any turn we can end up slamming another Thief of Sanity, it's this one. Now they will be able to pull off an explosion for, let's see, potentially 3 here. So the safer play would have just been to duress the explosion, right? But if they let us untap, well. Alright, now it's an explosion for 3, which is a little more annoying. Yeah, maybe I got greedy. Yeah, I got greedy. He says as he immediately regrets what he's done. Oh! Oh! Oh God. How do I beat a Niv Mizzet? How do I beat a Niv Mizzet? Jeez. Okay. Uh-huh. So you're telling me I'm dead. What happens if I just suicide both of them in, hoping to hit an answer from my opponent's deck? What are the chances of that? Oh God, they even have dive down though? Jeez. Star of Extinction. I guess that answers it eventually. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna go with the option that, you know. Oh no, can they can just kill, they can kill both of these Thief of Sanities, right? God, Niv Mizzet's insane. Yeah, I don't think I can beat Niv Mizzet here. Yeah, I'm just gonna concede. I can't beat Niv Mizzet. My hand was good. My hand was good, but not against the Niv Mizzet. Rough. I guess this bounces Niv Mizzet. I guess Eldest Reborn is also a reasonable answer because it doesn't target. Don't want to over-sideboard for Niv Mizzet, but I do think it's important to cut back 1 Thief of Sanity. Like, they're good, but opponent might be like, now that they saw them, it's a slightly worse plan. Okay. Technically, Doom Whisperer also is pretty good against Niv Mizzet. Dang, I really thought we had that game. Just like locked up, basically. Yeah, it's a little sketchy. It's a little sketchy. Alright, opponent's going to 6. Going to 5. Okay. They're keeping. Scrying to the bottom. Alright, we'll get our tap land into play. We get Thought Erasure next turn. If we can curve out into Karn, we'll be in a decent spot. Okay, that's a card. And now we get to get under Ionize as well. Ooh. I think I'm just going to grab that shock. Yeah, going to put that on top. Need our 4th land. Opponent's going to get to opt here and look for... Thing is, they need lands and spells. Yeah, I was about to, you know, freak out there if they drew another another shock. All right, they scry to the top, so it's probably a land, I have to imagine, although they could just, yeah. Answer to Teferi also is really nice. In Vraska's Contempt. Sweet, no seal away, no removal spell. Unfortunately, we don't get to hit the Ixalan's Binding. Wow, we could. I'm just gonna take the Spell Pierce. I mean, as good as Niv Mizzet is, like Spell Pierce is actually just insane here. Oh my god. Spell Pierce is crazy. We're just so far away from Niv Mizzet. And this pushes our current advantage, which is Thief of Sanity on the board. Ooh, are they main phasing like a Justice Strike? Enigma Drake. Okay, well, this makes Spell Pierce look a little worse. Ah, they even have the 4th land. That's so scary. So I really want to hit an untapped land. That's a Thief of Sanity. Well, I guess technically I don't have to kill Enigma Drake right now. Yeah. Spell Pierce. Boom. I'm just gonna get the eaten while it's good, basically. So they missed their land drop last turn, and even if they hit Teferi, it's not the end of the world. Now we get 2 Thief of Sanity triggers. We'll take Niv Mizzet this time. We'll take Disdainful Stroke. Dive Down is also quite cool, but I think Disdainful Stroke is okay. Alright, well there's land 5, but like, okay. You have Teferi. Are you just gonna tick up? I mean, they could just tick up. Sure. Alright, looks like they do tick up. Which is fair, this nets them more cards in the long run. gonna have to rest them, see what's going on. Ugh, Niv Mizzet. Yeah, that's the scary one. That is the scary one. We can bounce it with Dream Eater, technically. Okay. So now we have a choice of whether to go after Teferi. We could go one at Teferi, one at the opponent. And I think that's fine. Or we could just commit. Just like say screw Teferi. I'm gonna beat you down with these Thief of Sanities and draw a bunch of cards. Which also seems fine to me. Spell Swindle, what does that do exactly? Counter target spell. It's a counter spell, so that's probably what I'm gonna take. Settle the wreckage. Alright, I guess that kind of deals with Niv Mizzet. And I think I'm gonna play Karn here. I know it's putting the shield down a bit, but there's not too much I'm that scared of. Let's see, and they reveal 2 lands, so then we can Dream Eater next turn as well. So, and if my opponent doesn't hit land here, what pile? Do one or the other, not split. Yeah, I ended up not. We're playing Dimir. Dimir Control. Also, how you doing, Jordan? Hope you're doing well. All right, looks like they hit the land. Wow, if we had made a Scion, I guess it would be lethal here. All right. Niv Mizzet, sure. Now the question is, do they have like a 2-mana like counter spell or removal spell as well? That would be pretty good. Okay, we could play our own Niv Mizzet. I don't think that's a winning line though. I think what I'm gonna do here is just main phase Dream Eater. Hope my opponent didn't draw like a Disdainful Stroke or you know, other sort of counter spell. We bounce Niv Mizzet, we take our opponent down. And doing all this is not triggering Niv Mizzet as well. I see you ignored my question. That's Dimir pile. I said we're playing Dimir. I don't think I ignored your question. I'm going to make... Well, let's see what we hit off the opponent first, but... Again, not too afraid of Teferi here. If we just hit like a shock also, Syncopate, Lava Coil. I guess we take Teferi. Just give me shock. Ionize. Oh, Expansion Explosion. That also kills my opponent. But exile. Create some token here, just in case my opponent just has a bunch of spot removal. I didn't know if you had a name for it. No, this is just like Dimir. This is Dimir Disinformation Campaign, basically. It's the deck that I was doing really well with in the beginning of the standard format, and I'm just trying to like keep tuning it and stuff. Shouldn't we have hit the Teferi for 2 so we can kill it next turn though? Niv if we bounce it. No, the thing is, like, I'm just trying to kill my opponent. I don't think Teferi actually matters right now. I think we just win this game regardless. Like my opponent, I think, yeah, like we just need to kill. Like, it's fun to play the card advantage game, but we can just kill our opponent, right? I think that's the, in my opinion, I think that's the line. Just deny them the ability. Like, killing Teferi also buys them time, but attacking their life total just means that they have less time. At least that's the way I see it. Also, hey Fusco, how you doing? I see you're jumping in here. I mean, that Thief of Sanity pile was also insane, right? Like, if we can go back to this, like, wow, we had what, 6 cards under here, 6 ridiculous. Like, just playing Niv Mizzet would have also just been fine, right? Like Niv Mizzet too. Like they can't really. I guess they can deal with that when it's a fairy on board. But point is, like, you know, I just don't think they were coming back from this. They needed the sweeper, and then they also needed to like untap with counter magic. I think those are the cards they needed. And I like I said, okay, I'm gonna force you to have those 2 cards exactly. And if you don't have them, then you know. Yeah, right, the red school of thought. That's sometimes just what you need to do. Even though you're like a control deck, it's just like it's what you gotta do. Okay, so what did we lose to? We lost to mono red and red white. Both close games, 1 and 2. But I do think Experimental Frenzy was one of the most troublesome cards we had to deal with. And that's just going to be the case for any control deck, but the point is I think there's maybe a better approach to those matchups that I just haven't figured out yet. I do like the 3-3 split with Treasure Map Disinformation Campaign. I did feel like we saw Disinformation Campaign a little bit more this time around. And it is a card you want to see. It's a really powerful card. I also really like the main deck Golden Demise. I think it comes in handy against the mono red and the red white menace. So really happy with that. What decks did we beat? Do you guys remember? Anyone who's been here since the beginning of the stream? We started off 2-0, then went to 2-2. We lost to red white and red white and mono red, and then I think we beat mono red, and then we beat Jeskai Control, and then we beat some other deck. Oh, we beat Turbo Fog, right? And we saw like the Thief of Sanity plan against all the fair decks in the format is really solid, but it's also okay against the white-red of the format, right? It's okay to bring in a few creatures that, like, if you can get your opponent just slightly off tempo, gets you enough little bit of incremental value over the course of the game, especially because red-white and mono-red, you know, they have cheap spells, so if you can play those cheap spells off your opponent, then that's pretty awesome. I don't think you should side in Thief of Sanity versus Mono Red, though. I think that's like a mistake because they keep in most of their burn spells. But White Red tends to keep most of their answers against us as Conclave Tribunal. You know, that they don't, they don't bring in like Justice Strikes or, Lava Coils or anything like that. So Thief of Sanity, tends to actually connect far more often against White Red than Mono Red. In regards to Mono Red, I think it's a fine matchup. Maybe I didn't play super tight, because I could have Vraska's Contempt and then we wouldn't have been dead to Lightning Strike, but it was still an uphill battle. And I don't know, it's tough. Experimental Frenzy is a hell of a Magic card, so I think that's the one thing I'm gonna like try to figure out how to deal with is how do I beat Experimental Frenzy, and that could be a matter of like Disdainful Strokes and Negates in the sideboard, and then just siding all of them in against those decks. It could be a matter of siding in some number of Duress as well. I'm not sure exactly what the approach is. I do like how Dispersal can often be an answer for it if it's like their last card in their hand and they like play land Experimental Frenzy and then you just like untap Dispersal them and then they have to discard it. So that's a really awesome potential sequence, but they don't always happen. Overall, I think this list is like, in my opinion, I think it's as perfect as I want it to be. Like, I'd want the 4th Doom Whisper in here somewhere, but I do think the Eldest Reborn is a little bit better than the 4th Doom Whisper, just because it's a little more versatile. It's also a removal spell. It makes your opponent discard cards. You can just buy back a bunch of different things. We also have a Karn that we can buy back now, so instead of having like 4 Doom Whisper, 2 Dream Eater, we kind of diversify our win conditions. And what I like about Karn is that it's not just a win condition, right? It draws you cards. It has card selection. It makes little beaters or little blockers that are really powerful in conjunction with Treasure Map. So I really like this configuration. But I would say that the 2 major issues right now for this deck are Niv Mizzet and Experimental Frenzy. If I can figure out a way to tune this deck to beat those cards, I think we are in a really good position in the meta. Regardless, I think we're also in a really good position in the meta. Like, we have a good aggro matchup. and that's really important. So again, there's some tweaking left to do, but I really like this main deck. If I had to go to like a Grand Prix tomorrow, or an FNM or an SCG tournament, like this is the list I would take. I think it is able to attack most of the meta relatively well. But yeah, that's going to be kind of my summary of what just went down there. Are you going to SCG Con? Look, I don't know, Magic events, man. It's so easy to just play online. This is like, I've been spoiled. I really have been spoiled. Like, I want to go and I want to like see my friends because I like my friends. Friends are cool. Socializing is cool, I guess. I don't know. I'll think about it. I will think about it. We'll see what time it falls on. Like, if I have a small break from school, that would be ideal. I got a spot for you in my room. Oh man, that is super. Oh right, because it's in Baltimore, right? No, wait, it's not in Baltimore. Is it in Baltimore? What? Why in your room? Are you referring to your hotel room? Are you referring to your actual house? Got a spot for you in my room. I don't know. No, Roanoke. Okay, yeah. All right. Sure. I appreciate the invitation, and I will heavily hotel room / car on the way down. Okay. I will check when it is, unless you know off the top of your head right now when it is. And then I will heavily consider it. Like, if there's a standard event for it, I'll probably go. The thing is, like, I'm not queued for, like, any major event there. But it could still be fun. I don't know. Quick reminder, by the way, the stream will end soon. So, if you have been enjoying the stream today, please consider following the stream. It would really help a channel like mine grow. We've got a follower goal, a November follower goal. We're at 153 out of 200. Now, I don't think we'll make it because we've got about 5 days left in November, but I would really appreciate if you hit that follow button. If you're watching on YouTube right now, if you're watching or from YouTube, when I upload the stream, you can also make a Twitch account, or if you have a Twitch account, make sure to follow me. That way you get notifications for when I go live. That means you get to see me live and not just on YouTube sometimes. But, totally up to you. Would really appreciate it. December 7th and 9th, driving down the 8th. Oof. That's, I mean the 6th. That's an iffy time because my students are going to have final exams like the week after. And I will have final exams the week after. And I will probably have to start, doing my experimental trials around then. I don't know. I wish it was like after Christmas. That would be awesome. But yeah, I'll see my schedule. I'll figure it out. Like, I definitely want to go. I definitely want to see people, and I definitely want to play some Magic and have fun. But you know how it is. Sometimes you just gotta, take care of the important things. Exactly. You understand me. All right. Well, I'm gonna take a quick snip of this so I can upload it to Twitter. But stuff. And we are gonna go and close out the stream. So thank you everybody who hung out tonight. It was like a 3-hour stream. That went for quite a while, but I'm glad I did it. I had a lot of fun. We got to test out the tweaks. Another 3-2, and our losses and wins were pretty close. Everything was close, which makes it feel like this deck is fairly competitive and maybe just needs to be tuned a little bit in certain ways, but I'm not sure. If you guys have any ideas, voice them off either next time I go live or on the YouTube comments or something. Would love to hear your opinions on it. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all another time.